Hi, hello. This is Nandi, and welcome to the Manson Network. We're on vibrant, authentic living. So this morning, I'm showing off. I'm feeling really good this morning. This is 20 days into my 40-day grape juice fast. Day 20, so I'm calling it halfway to the day. Halfway to the day, right? It's a 40-day grape fast. This is my second grape juice fast that I'm on. The last one was in September last year, and I plan to do 3 of them for this year. So I have lost 17 pounds, and I'm going to show you my beautiful figure. But that's really not the objective. The objective in doing a fast is not for weight loss. If that is your objective, then you're going to be disappointed because when you start eating regularly again, you're going to regain at least some of that weight, not all of it. And depending on what you do when you get back to eating, if you go back to eating junk and you go back to eating things that are not good for you, you will put on all the weight and more. If you follow a diet like mine, which is mostly natural foods, mostly fruits, the only meat that I have eaten in 30 odd years is fish. So I've not eaten chicken, not eaten pork, beef, none of those stuff. I stopped eating those things when I was 13 years old. So the only animal flesh that I eat, and that's not often either, maybe once or twice per week, is fish, right? So my diet is mostly fruits, veggies, vegan mainly, right? So if that's not your diet and you go on a grape fast or a coconut water fast and then you stop the fast and go straight back to eating junk, you are going to regain the weight. So the 17 pounds that I've lost so far, I put that in the title as clickbait. It is clickbait. It's not the main reason for the fast. It's a benefit, but it's not the main thing, right? So this is okay. So that's my 17 pounds loss, right? So I'm very showing up. The tummy is always the last to go. So I'm not going to tuck in my tummy. It's always the last to go. But as you can see, for those of you who knew me before, you can see I have indeed lost a lot of weight. Right? I have lost 17 pounds. And it's been 3 weeks roughly, 20 days today. So that's halfway to the day. I have 3 weeks to go. So it's a milestone for me, and I'm celebrating today. Hope you can join me in the celebration. I have halfway to go. But at this point in my life, it's not, when I'm fasting, it's never a struggle. In the early days, when I just started out on the fasting journey, yes, it was a struggle. It was really difficult. I had the hunger pangs, I had the cravings, couldn't wait for it to end. But for now, it's just another day until the fast ends. I do everything like I would normally do. If I had the liberty to go on a retreat, I'm not going to say to a Pacific island because I live in the Caribbean. I live on an island. I'm an island girl, so I have the beach just up the road. I have the sunshine. I have the sand. So, but if I could have the time to go on a retreat up on in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica or on the North Coast, to a resort, it would be preferable when I'm fasting if I could get that rest to just go and just relax. It would be best. Yeah, that would be the best thing to do. But I don't have the luxury of that time now. I have a school that I operate. I am the principal and I have to be there. I have other things to do as well. So I just get right into my day and I do whatever I need to do. I also continue to do my laps every morning. I walk for about an hour each morning. I'm not a jogger. It feels very unnatural to me to be jogging, but I love brisk walking and I do that for an hour every morning, whether I'm fasting or not. Right, so my routine pretty much stays the same. I operate a full day school, I have extra lessons, I'm also at university, which I attend classes in the evenings mainly, and everything else that I have to juggle, my YouTube channels, my books, ray. So I'm full of energy just as normal. So I'm going to talk about how the fast has been going so far. I did a video about the 40-day fast when I just started this 40-day fast. So that would have been 3 weeks ago. If you're interested in the physical benefits of the 40-day fast, Grape fast, check out that video. Just scroll down on this channel roughly 3 weeks ago and you can look at the physical benefits. This morning, I want to focus on the emotional and the mental benefits of being on any fast. Right? So, fasting is a major part of my life, and oftentimes I will do so while I'm doing the grape fast now. 2 days out of the week, I also do a dry fast. So, in the dry fast, you go without water. You go just nothing at all. You don't drink, you don't eat. That's usually on a Monday and a Tuesday. Those are the best days for me. It typically used to be Saturday and Sunday, but now I have so much on my plate on those days. So I choose a Monday and a Tuesday to do my dry fasting. And sometimes I'm doing my water fasting or coconut water fasting. Right, so you can check out that video and I talk about the different types of fasting and the benefits of that. By the way, let me put on my banner. Let me get my banner up. Hold a minute. So you guys can go on over to my YouTube page. Right. Vibrant Authentic Living. Go on over to Vibrant Authentic Living and show me some love. Please subscribe on that channel. I talk about lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, vegan lifestyle, fasting, meditation, vision board, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I have several YouTube channels. So, but this one is the one that focuses on health and well being. So, go on over, show me some love. So, I want to focus for this video on the mental and even spiritual, mental, emotional, and even spiritual benefits of the fast. When you go through a fast, remember you are abstaining from particular things. The dry fast, you abstain from food and water. The water fast, you abstain from food. The grape fast, you only eat grape. I'm sorry. Excuse me. You only eat I'm not sure what's happening with my throat. Excuse me, not sure what's happening with my throat there. Right, so for the the grape fast, you would abstain from everything except grapes. So you would have grapes and grape juice, And for this particular grape fast, I decided to add some ginger. So for the grape fast that I did, it's making my eyes water. For the grape fast that I did in September, it was just grape juice with some lemon juice in it or lime. And for this time around, my daughter actually suggested to me that I include the ginger. And that was a very good idea because what I find now is the ginger helps to make you have that bowel movement. Don't be freaked out, but when you're fasting, it's natural for your body to withhold that bowel movement. And when I did the grape fast in September, I actually had a little constipation. It was the first time I'd experienced constipation during a fast. And with the ginger added now, I find that I don't have that issue. Right. So you are actually depriving yourself, you're withholding certain things from your body, and you will naturally go into a kind of withdrawal because, believe it or not, cooked food is addictive, right? Cooked food addiction is a thing, sugar addiction is a thing. And so if in your diet you had, even if it's a vegan diet and you are consuming cooked vegan foods, you go through a withdrawal period. And your body is, it wants the things, you're depriving it, so it brings into play discipline, self-discipline. For me at this point, as I said, it's not a fight. I don't have to be wrestling with my desire. But certainly in the earlier days it was. And when you are able to hold out and let your body know that you are in charge, you, the entity that's using this vessel, you are in charge. And so you quell those desires. That in itself gives you power. It gives you power and authority, not only over the physical body, but over your life. It sharpens your mental acuity. So you're able to think and process things clearer. I always tell my students that, believe it or not, when food is in the stomach, you don't function half as well as on an empty stomach in terms of your mental acuity. And they always say about miss, because we grow in a culture where our mothers and grandmas and great grandmas always tell us you have to eat, especially breakfast. You must eat breakfast. You must have something in your stomach. You must have little tea in your stomach. But if you think about it, your body uses a ton load of energy to process the food that you eat, especially if you eat junk. The more processed the food is, the more your body will have to further process it to kind of undo the bad that was done to it, right? In order to release the energy that is available in the food. So it expends a ton load of energy, and sometimes the energy it gets back is not even enough to break even. So eating often deprives us of energy, believe it or not. And the energy that is sent to digest, if it can be diverted. So if you have nothing in your stomach for your body to digest, that energy, all that glucose can go up to the brain, right? All that energy can go to the other functions of your body, and it will make you sharper, it will make your senses keener. I I have had math classes at night, and depending on the lighting, when I'm looking at the AdMath book, I found that sometimes it wasn't too clear. I could read it, but the words weren't too clear, the fine writing, right? When I went on the 40-day grape fast in September, I'm telling you, this is one of the things I can swear by. My eyesight was so sharp. I found myself, and I didn't even realize it until one night I was looking at the AdMath textbook, and I was just reading it very clearly. But I don't wear glasses, and I've never worn glasses. I don't need glasses, right? But I had found that in the night, in dim lights, I couldn't make out some of the fine writing. But during that 40-day grape fast, I was reading the AdMath book, and it just dawned on me that I'm seeing the things so sharp and so clear. And what I had started to do was to take pics of the textbook and actually read from my phone screen, right? So I could see it very clearly. And I was saying, but hold on. It just dawned on me that I hadn't taken any pics of the AdMath book, and I wasn't reading from the phone. I was reading from the book, and my vision got so sharp. If it's one thing, and there are other things I can tell you about the benefits, right? But if it's one thing I can swear to you about this grape fast, your vision is so much improved, right? And it's not just your physical vision too, but your acuity, your mental acuity, the way you think about things, the way ideas just flow into your mind. And you see, the discipline that comes with fasting, it extends to other areas of your life. It extends to you having discipline over your sexuality. I am in a relationship now we just celebrated 3 years of being in that relationship. But prior to that, I was abstinent for almost 6 years, 5.5 to 6 years prior to me becoming involved with the person I'm with now. And I know that my experience with fasting and the discipline that um, created in my life, it made me able to be celibate for those 6 years, and it was like nothing to me. And when you have that kind of power over yourself, your sexuality, your eating, your life in general, there isn't much that people can have over you, right? No one can dangle things in front of you and get certain reactions. When you have that discipline, nobody will be able to dangle. Somebody who deliberately deprives themselves of food is not someone who you are easily going to control. You hear me? Let me say that again. Someone who deliberately deprives themselves of food is not someone who you are easily going to control. And the celibacy, the fasting, all of that, the self-discipline has helped to shape other areas of my life. The ability to be alone and to feel wholesome while being alone, even though you have the option to go and be with others, but to be able to take the time and to just create that space for yourself, that alone space. It's very important that you're able to do that. It's very important that you're able to deprive yourself of things and tell your body that it has to do without, and do without running to others. It will keep you out of trouble. It will keep you from running to borrow people's money under the slightest whim. It will keep you from having a doomsday outlook on the slightest negative vibe that you see going around you. It will keep you from running to ask for help at the slight indication that you don't understand something. And all these things earn you respect from others, and it earns you self-respect. It keeps you out of situations where you're going to have to compromise on your standards, on your values. When you are able to do without, especially when you impose that upon yourself, to do without for a set period and you stick to that, it fosters that strength of that sense of being able to stand firm and to stand alone and not give way to the dictates of your body or to the dictates of someone else. For me, it's very liberating. It's very grounding. When I fast, I feel good. I feel, the craving isn't there, but you still are going to remember the nice things that you like to eat, right? So it's not like there's a craving, there's this compulsion. You must have it. And if you go in the supermarket and you're walking down the aisle and do everything, you're literally fighting. No, that's not there. But at the same time, there you remember the things that you like and you want to eat them. Like for me, almost every time I come off a fast, I will be eating some Indian food maybe a couple days after the fast, right? Because when you come off the fast, you have to be careful what you introduce, what you reintroduce, and over what period. So the longer the fast, the more careful you have to be in breaking back into the solid foods. You have to be careful. But once I have cleared that little space and I've reintroduced food, I'm almost certainly going to get some Indian food. I love Indian food. I love the masala, the vindaloo, and the different spices. I really love Indian food. So usually when I'm fasting, I will start thinking, okay, when I'm done, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna go and order some Indian food, or whatever else. So I do feel for those things, but it's not a wrestle. It's not. I don't have to be fighting. And the longer you fast, the more firm you will get. The easier it will be. So you're going to reap the benefits, both the emotional, mental, spiritual benefits, as well as the physical benefits that I discussed in that earlier video. When I just started this 40-day grape fast, I did a video. We talked about how the body benefits, the physical vessel that you're in, how it benefits, right, from the fast. Now, I have outlined, I shared this book with you also for those who are on that video. So this book is my journal. It's one of the journals I keep, and I started this journal. This one started January 2020. So this is 3 years old. So it's all my fasts that I have done, whether it's a water fast, coconut water fast, dry fast, fruit fast, grape juice fast, right? All documented here. And I shared this book with you. I shared several pages of this book in the last video. But what I want to show you today, I want to show you 2 pages of this book. The plan for this year. So last year, my friend and I, my partner and I, we decided that we're going to do certain months would be all fruits, just fruits for that month. And for me, I'd also have my grape fast. So this was the last grape fast, and it was 40 days. And then I have this here. So this talks about what I plan to do. No, this is what we did for last year. So last January to March, we had a 3-month fruits only, right? 3 months only fruits. So from January, February, March, we just had fruits. And then, sorry, the bottom of my bottom lip is a little chopped. That happens when I'm fasting, right? That's normal. So in July, we had a 1 month fruits only. And then I had my 40-day grape fast in September. So from September to October, it's typically 6 weeks, 40 days, right? Roughly 6 weeks. And in November, we had our fruits only. And right now, I'm on my grapefruit fast, which is from January to the second week in February. So that's the fast I'm on now. So that's this one here. You notice these days are TikTok. It's been 3 weeks, right? So I'll tick under when I'm doing the dry fast and when I'm doing grape juice with lemon juice and ginger. And so far, and I record my weights as well, right? So to date, I've lost 17 pounds and I'm halfway through this fast. For the coming months, so for the rest of this year, what my partner and I plan to do, he's not going to be doing the grape fast, but he's going to join me in the fruit fast, right? So we have, let me see, we have for the fruits only is going to be March, July, and November. March, July, and November. If you want to join us, you can join us. Just let me know, reach out to me and say, Nandi, I want to come with you when you're doing your all fruits fast for the month. We're doing it for March, we're doing it for July, and we're doing it for November. And for me now with the grape fast, so it's going on now. So it's from January to the second week in February. And I'm also going to have one in April and in September. I chose those months because it coincides with the beginning of my school term. As I told you, I'm a teacher. I'm the principal of my school. And so I just thought of doing it at the beginning of the term. I'm very ritualistic. I when I'm doing these things, the fasting especially, I tend to be very ritualistic. I want to do it at important dates. I just don't want to start haphazardly. So it has to be the beginning of the month or the beginning of a special week or my birthday week or something like that. So I've decided I want to do 3 grape fasts this year, and it will coincide with the beginning of the school term. So the January term, the April term or Easter term, and the September or Christmas term, right? That term from September to December. So I'll do it September to about the second week in October, just like I did last year. When I'm finished with the last grape fast for this year, I don't think I would go on another one for now, right? I think it would be enough to just do the 3 fruits fast per year, the all month fruit. I think that will be enough to sustain the health that I want. In addition to the fact that I do intermittent fasting every day, just as a normal course of events, right? So I think that will be enough. You don't want to overdo it, and you want to remember that anything in excess is bad. Anything in excess. Recently, I saw a case where there was this YouTuber who she had some serious health issues, right? For years, and then she started going to being vegan and doing her herbs and her fruits, lots of fruits and herbs and so on, and fasting. And she was seeing such great results. I don't want to mention her name, but she's a fairly well known YouTuber in the health food, in the vegan food area. She was getting so many tremendous results from the diet, the change in diet, and the fasting that she started pushing deeper and deeper and deeper, and she started extending her dry fast now. I always say if the dry fast is the most it's the most powerful fast you can do. It's also the most dangerous fast you can do. If you don't know what you're doing, you can die. And this is actually what happened to this lady, right? She pushed it so hard. She was doing extended dry fasts. When I do my dry fast, I won't go beyond 3 days. Remember, with the dry fast, you don't even drink water, right? It's you just nothing. You don't intake anything. And you can imagine it allows your body to clean deeper and more powerful, but it also has the most potential for fatality. So it's not something you want to take lightly, right? And this woman, she pushed it. She was going many days, many days on the dry fast. And to my knowledge, that is what ultimately led to her demise. So we have to remember, you see, we're on a journey through life, and we inherited some baggage. We inherited some baggage from all kinds of baggage, emotional, physical. We inherited some traits, some tendencies. The food that we were born into, the soul food, which is so not good for us. And when you break from that, you also have to bear in mind that it is a part of you too. It's a part of your culture. We associate soul food with a lot of celebratory events, with a lot of family get-togethers, reunions, Christmas celebration, Thanksgiving celebration. We and it's sad that so much of the food that is not good for us is associated with these happy events. And when you're breaking from it, you just have to be patient with yourself. You have to be flexible. As is the Desiderata. The Desiderata is a poem that I remember growing up. It was placed over my bed. I don't know who put it there, if it was my grandma. I'm more than likely think it was either my grandma or my aunt put that poem, the Desiderata, very famous poem. And in the Desiderata, it says, we must, beyond a wholesome discipline, we must be gentle with ourselves. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. So my life can be very austere, and it's self-imposed, and it's very welcome to me. I don't feel the austerity of it because it is self-imposed. But at the same time, if I ever fall short of what I set out to do, if I say I'm gonna go on a 1 week fast and I do 2 days and that's it, and I start eating something and I don't feel like good, that's fine. I'm not going to bludgeon myself and feel guilty and, you know, no, be gentle with yourself. You are at the bottom of an abyss of negativity right now. And if you can foster even the strength to make it 1 day, 1 day's worth of self discipline, that's enough. If you can go two, go two. If you can go a week, go a week. If you can do the 40 days, do the 40 days, but don't chastise someone who is not able to do it. I remember I went on I planned a fast. I think it was a fruit fast. If it wasn't last year, it was a year before. And I'd even declared it on my Facebook page. Yeah, I'm going on a fruit fast for X amount of time, blah, blah, blah. And my mother is in the habit of, like, whenever she goes to the country, she'll bring back mangoes for me and watermelon and ackee and whatever, or she'll fry some fish and bring for me. And I remember I'd started the fast, I'd gone either 1 or 2 days, and then I got this message from my mom that she had bought a ton load of fish and she had fried it and she was bringing it for me. And as I said, I don't eat a lot of fish, but I do like fish. I like fried fish. And I was saying, oh my God, why would my mom choose to bring the fish at this time? And I was saying, oh man. But I didn't last long in thinking about it. I just said, hey, what? I can start the next day. It's no big deal. This is something I'm doing. I'm the boss. I make the rules. My mom brought the fish. I ate the fish. It took me 2 days to finish the fish, even after sharing it with my kids and my partner and whomever. She brought up. She went to, I think it was Old Harbor at the fishing village, and she just decided that she wanted to treat me, right? And because my mom has this thing where she always said, I'm always helping other people and I don't ask for much. So whenever she is in the position to do something for me, she just jumps at it, right? So she found herself at the fishing village. She bought this ton load of fish. She fried it herself and she brought it to me. And I came off the fast and I went on Facebook and I said, hey, guess what? My mom brought me fish and my fast is over for now. My fast is over for now. I had the fish, I had the mangoes, because she had also brought, I think, 3 boxes of mangoes. And I ate enough mangoes to satiate me because that's my best and my favorite fruit. And I gave away some and I put some, I removed the skins and sliced it up and put them in the refrigerator. Right? And then when I was ready now to go back to the fast, I went back to the fast. I started over. So don't be so hard on yourself. If you set out with the best of intentions to do the fast and some event happens, something throw you off course, it's fine. Any good that you can do for yourself and for others in this crazy left to right, upside down world, that's a good for you. That's power to you. Don't chastise yourself, because sometimes I'm not even sure what's happening in this this crazy place, right? So so that's my take on the grape fast so far. Halfway there, halfway to the day, 20 days in, 17 pounds lighter, and I'm blazing forward to the next 20 days. So let me know how you feel about that. Have you ever fasted? Will you ever try fasting? Let me know. And if you want to join my partner and I when we go on our all fruits 1 month, all fruits. So remember, we're going in March, July, and November. Just let me know. Until then, this is Nandi.